In Mark Crowley's book, Lead from the Heart, Mark discusses how many employees across the nation today are no longer engaged in the work that they do. Mark believes that this is because people are looking for more out of their jobs than they ever have before. No longer are people going to work just for good pay and benefits to support their families, but rather today, people are looking at work for a sense of fulfillment and purpose. They want to know that the work they do actually matters. The problem is today that many leaders across our organizations aren't ready for this type of change or ready to meet these types of needs. They operate under the old style of leadership, which is just squeeze the most productivity out of employees as possible and don't care to get to know them and what their needs are. Mark Crowley's book, in the thesis of his book, he argues that we should be doing the exact opposite. He believes we should lead from the heart. This means that we value and care for employees and we get to know them and we individualize their work experience so that they can live out their talents and ambitions. If an organization is able to do this, employees will be happier and more productive, which will only bring success to the organization overall. In his book, Mark provides extensive research and many examples of leaders and companies who have operated under this style of leadership and who have found great success, truly in support of the thesis of his book. However, in my organization, I could see some people not really believing in Mark's work or not really seeing it as a necessity for our organization. I work for a rather large school district, and employment within our school district is highly coveted in the region. We have a very competitive salary schedule, and we have really strong leadership in our school district, so people wait years and years for a job. I could see my organization thinking, well, we're already pretty great if people, we have so many people applying for jobs here, so we're doing a good job. And don't get me wrong, they really are, but there's always room for growth and improvement. And from my experience, I haven't seen leaders in our district truly being invested in the employee as an individual. So, in my TCP, I'm hoping to transform my organization a little bit in this way. I've created a new mentor program for teachers in my school district, but in the same way, I think my school district doesn't see my program as a true necessity. Currently, we have an induction program, and new teachers go through the induction program to clear their credential, where they get a coach provided from the district office who will support them during their first 2 years of teaching. The problem is many teachers walk away from induction with nothing but negative things to say and negative feelings. Our school district needs to stop and realize that even though they are providing some method of support for new teachers, teachers don't feel supported. They just feel like it's one more hoop to jump through and one more thing to do. And all of the assignments and hours and requirements of induction may be mandated through the state for teachers to clear their credentials, but that doesn't mean my school district can just wipe its hands clean and say, well, this is induction, this is how we support new teachers. They really need to stop and think, what can we do? We can be doing more to either improve this process or supplement it in some way. I believe that my mentor program will supplement induction. My mentor program will use one of Mark's strategies, which is to individualize the work experience. Rather than just getting a coach from the district office, my mentor program will provide new teachers with a site-based mentor. This means their mentor will work at their school site. They'll know the ins and outs of the school site and the school culture, and they can help the new teacher really get acclimated with how things run at that particular school. The mentor will also provide the new teacher with a survival guide, just a kind of handy go-to document to answer any questions they may have. The second strategy I'm going to employ from Mark's book is having the leader get to know the talents and ambitions of the employee. And the mentor will serve as kind of the middleman in that process. So many times people go into teaching and everyone tells you, keep your head down, just do your job until you're tenured. And I want my mentors to change that and actually talk to new teachers and have them find out what their talents and ambitions are, just like Mark stated in his book. So that way they can be more invested on campus and get involved with more programs and committees, which will help them feel a stronger connection to their campus during that first year. Finally, the last strategy I want to employ from Mark's book is hiring someone with heart. I know that in order for this program to be successful, I need to hire the right people to be mentors. They need to be fully engaged in the work that they do and ready to support new teachers in whatever they may need. I think that if I'm able to employ all of these strategies correctly, my TCP will be successful and my organization will be successful overall.